Hey true believers, this is another car video, and over here we have the Honda City RS hatchback. If you look over here, it's a 1.5 liter RX hatchback CVT 2022 for 1.128 million pesos. Comes in red, gray, blue, and white. Walang black. There's no black. They have a gray is their darkest color. Over here, what this color is? It looks like rally red.
Ignite red.
Oh, ignite red. Okay, so we got ignite red over here. And this video is sponsored by Jim Bob. Thanks again, Jim Bob. If you enjoyed these videos, everybody give him a big thank you. So we have the new Honda City RS hatchback. Like I said, before we get into my thoughts on this, let's go ahead and do a walk around of the Honda City RS hatchback. So let's walk around. I'm sorry that the showroom is kind of tiny. They said that their real big showroom is actually under construction because of the pandemic, so we have to deal with this one for now. So let's take a look. Let's just walk around first. It's nice and hot in here. So I don't think we're gonna be I'm gonna still look for the Honda Accord and Honda Civic, and all the other Hondas, especially the Brio. So now that we did a walk around, let's look at the finer details here. So let's look at the front. The grille looks pretty good. You got the same honeycomb kind of plastic. You got this RS here, and you get this carbon fiber kind of lip going. Check out the fog lights. It looks like it's LED, but I know the headlights are definitely LED. Definitely something's going on there. So for this price, you're getting all the options in this city hatchback. So let's take a look at the wheels. It's all blacked out, which I'm not a big fan of because it just kind of blends in with the rest of the tire. I like it when it has different colors, even two-tone, I don't mind. But when it's all blacked out like this, it's like you can't see the finer details and designs when it's blacked out. So I've never been a big fan of blacked out wheels, especially since this car is not even black. And side mirror repeaters, of course I don't like the different color. That's why I usually get black, so I don't have to deal with the different colors. You would think that they would make it the same color as the car. It just looks off to me when it's like everything is either door handles red, but then side mirrors are a different color. So this, stuff like this annoys me. That's why I usually get black, because I just want it to be uniform and coordinated. So if you got a black car, then that wouldn't be a problem. It's all black. All the trims are black. So look how off that is too. Shark fin, fine, but we couldn't make it the same color as the car. I mean, maybe it's a personal preference, but I think it would look much better if it was the same color as the car instead of it just looks out of place if you kind of look at it. And then, so look at the door handles. There's this little button over here. I'm sure that's for lock or unlock. It has a nice feel to it. And then let's look at the back here. So at the back, you got this VTEC. Then you got this spoiler, which looks pretty good. It's not like a nubby, stubby. Has a Mazda look to it. And you got this. So it's a pretty good rear spoiler. I've seen some bad ones, but this one looks sporty. And then the back, it doesn't look off. And you got the Honda logo right there, big city badging, and then of course in the back RS. I think it stands for Rally Sport. Somebody in the comments will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Rally Sport. Rally Sport, a front wheel drive car. Okay. And here's the bumper reflectors, and I'm sure the first thing I would probably do aftermarket is replace that into actually working reflectors. I know they're just regular reflectors, but you could actually turn them into regular lights. You could turn them into brake lights and signal lights. So you could do that aftermarket, which I actually did on my own car. And here's the back over here. And what you're gonna find disappointing though is this exhaust. It doesn't look rally sport to me. I mean, you could make changes to it, but when you've got the RS badge already, you would think that they would yeah, the exhaust, I'm disappointed. But at least they didn't put like a fake like bumper exhaust like the other cars, like the Chinese cars are doing. I just think that's the most ugliest thing. That would just turn me off right away. That would be a deal breaker for me. And then there's this hook kind of thing here. But yeah, I would prefer this versus the fake bumper exhaust. And you got the same honeycomb kind of carbon fiber design right here. So that one you could probably change aftermarket. Just put a sporty exhaust tip on that. That's an easy solve. But you think at this price, at this RS, that they would consider that. That's probably what I like about Mazdas, is even in their lower lineups, they still take care of those little details. So when you're looking at the back, you know, just I'm not asking for some kind of bore exhaust, but just make it look sporty like it did everything else with the car. Anyway, so that's disappointing. So that's pretty much it for the walk, for the finer details. While we're back here, let's look at the back here. Let's look. There's a rear camera. You can see there. I don't see any rear sensors. You would see usually the rear sensors here. So there's no rear sensors. And oh, there it is. There you go. So let's look at the trunk. So it's pretty good trunk space. You got your light over here, and you've got this cover that you can put on. It comes with the floor mats, and then I assume underneath here will be the spare tire. No spare tire. No spare tire. Oh, there it is. Where's the jack? So is that foam plastic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's foam. it's not real plastic, it's a foam actually. Now that's disappointing also. So that could easily crack. Kailangan plastic ito kasi foam lang.
Yeah, it's very standard, sir.
So that's the first thing you're gonna have to replace eventually, because that foam, it's not plastic. Okay, that's disappointing. So you got this cover, floor mats, And the floor mats have city on it, so that's kind of a nice detail. So I didn't see the jack. You could probably assume that there's a jack somewhere. So if you need more space, it looks like you can 60/40 folding, and it folds flat. Okay, so that's a good thing. So that's what I always said about Hondas. So look at 60/40 flat folding, and I think you could fold those also. So if you want to lay down completely, it's not going to be comfortable. So if you want more trunk space, here it is. Okay, and I'm not sure what that is. There's usually like a get me the hell out of the back button. I don't see it here. Okay, so that's enough of the back. There's this, oh, okay, this is for the seat belt. Let's take a look inside. So I like how the door handles is the same color versus side mirrors. Oh, yeah, drives me nuts. Who made this decision? And this also. What the hell is that? They don't even have it in black. You would think, okay, no problem, just get it in black if you want it to look the same, but they didn't even do it. Okay, so there's this top tether over here for your child safety seats. So it's pretty easy to access. The seats are cloth, but over here in the middle, the armrest, it looks like it feels like leather, and the headrest is leather, but the actually important part where you're actually touching is in the middle. And this part is leather, feels leather or leatherette. It's even got this red stitching, but the important part is not even not leather. So if you're back here, you can see there's like a little Twitter speakers there, another set of speakers there. Whether they work or not, I assume they work. You got power outlets here, and let's hop inside. Feels pretty roomy, but I think because the front seats are moved all the way forward, there's nothing really exciting over here except this 3-point seat belt. Check this out. There's another seat belt coming over here for the third. For if you have a middle passenger, they get their own third seat belt. So 3-point seat, so go over your shoulder. And good news is there's side curtain airbags over here also. So if anybody's wondering, are there airbags in the back? Yes, there are, but I don't see any other airbags. So there's airbags at least here in the back. Got news, good news. And you got vents over here, and the only thing else back here is the dome light, and I've already said the outlets. And then no pockets. I don't see any pockets here. Okay, but look at this. It's got this red design over here also, but it's cloth. So that's a weird feature. Let's go in the front where all the excitement is at. So as usual, you got your power windows, power door locks, power side mirrors. That's standard. And it looks like, this thing looks like it's the same hard plastic, but it's got this kind of leather feel over here, but underneath is hard plastic. But it's got this red stitching, which is a nice touch. Over here is cup holders. That's pretty nice. And then let's look at the rest of the car. Alright, here's the vent. Here's for the extra accessories. This is, it looks like you can turn on traction control on and off if you want to go front wheel drive drifting. And you got the gas, you got the trunk release, and that's pretty nice. You got this silver plating over here, like so. And let's go look at the seats. So it has this kind of a suede feel to it. Look at this with this red cloth. So it's, you can see it kind of outlining the sides. Then you've got this kind of leather with the red stitching handbrake. Look, it's got an economy mode. The usual park rear, but there, oh, I know why I was gonna say where's the shifting. It's got paddle shifters, F1 style paddle shifters. Check that out. Got trip clock. There's like a little tweeter speaker on it. And see, I put a new case on it, so I got tired of looking at the cracked glass for $4. Here's your audio infotainment. You got these are the regular buttons. Not sure what that is. This is volume, this is power. I think this is the home button. Return, volume, power. And let's take a look. Gosh, it's hot in here. There's no air conditioning. But here's the air conditioning. Looks like it's digital. And then over here we got a USB for your phone. Power outlet. Somewhere where they could stick their finger in. This little cubby hole over here. 2 cup holders over here, and here's where you could some more storage over here. And as usual, it's got this engine start stop. Of course, this is what this display looks like. It's functional, it's standard, it's not too busy. It's got the little display in the middle. And then your controls over here, you got volume, seek, source, phone controls. So I assume you could connect your phone to it, Bluetooth, but I don't know if it's got Apple or Android info mirroring or anything like that. Cruise control, airbags. And as you can see, there's also a side curtain airbag over here. Side curtain airbag. This is what the vents look like. Here's what the dome light looks like. I'm not sure what this might have the microphone or the speakers in here. And let's look at the vanity. I don't know if it has any light or not. See if there's light. Is there a light? Is there a light? Are you a light? I have no idea what this is. Apparently there's no light. So if you want a light on the RS, if you want a light with a car, this is not it. There's like these 2 button light looking things, but they don't do anything. So that's pretty much it for the driver's side. There's the passenger side. So at least I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 airbags. Let's look inside the armrest. Is there any outlets in there? No outlets. So you got this red stitching over here. Let's continue. So that's a nice touch. I like that. It feels premium to me when they do that stitching. Let's look at the engine bay. Let's do this in one take. Okay, so anybody who's curious what the engine bay looks like, this is what the 1.5 liter engine looks like. So I'm sure you engineers, your gearheads out there would actually know what this is about, what all these things are. I don't. My expertise lies in other sciences, but not cars. I wish I did. Look at this, it's got the battery blanket, it looks like. Not that you need it here. There's the box for the fuses, I assume. So it doesn't have that big cover on it. I mean, I could take it or leave it. It's not really something that you really need. So that's pretty much it. Let's see, what are my final thoughts on it? I'll give you my final thoughts on it. Let me just close this. My final thoughts on it is I like it. I like the shape, I like the proportions. I would get this over the regular City because it definitely looks more sporty than the regular sedan. So I would get this over the sedan. It doesn't suffer from the big old long nose compared to a Mazda. So I definitely like it in terms of proportions. I like the spoiler, I like the LED lights. But I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like how it doesn't come in black. Even though you got blacked out wheels, I don't like how it looks. You know, they made this black, they made the shark fin black, and then they made this part kind of look, they should have kind of made this part shiny also, like this plastic. I think this looks chintzy to me. I do like the carbon fiber touch there, but I just doesn't feel like they should have made this the same design also. You could like put that design there, put it there, that would definitely make it look more premium. But the other reason probably why this thing is a deal breaker for me is the price. You can't justify a City that costs the same as a Honda Civic, sorry. The City and the Civic at the same price, you know, it's still a difference. The City just has a lower market feel to it than the Civic. You know, what do you want to be seen in? What do you want to say? What is the statement that you're saying? At the end of the day, you've got an RS City. I would rather get a Civic, even if it's the lower end, versus a higher end R City for the same price. I can't justify. Yes, it's a hatchback. Yes, I like the spoiler. Yes, I like the folding seats. But you know, just between the exhaust, the blacked out wheels, the different colors, and the price, I just can't justify it. I mean, I like it doesn't even have backup sensors. I just forgot. No backup sensors. You would think at this price that they would have backup sensors. So you're better off for the same price, you're better off getting the Civic. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but it's still a different statement saying arriving in a Civic versus a City. This is an upgrade to previous Cities, but it's still a City compared to a Civic for the same price. I mean, people are not gonna say that, oh, at least this is RS. I would feel, for me personally, I would feel better driving a Civic than a City, even if it's a City RS hatchback. That's my opinion on it. You could agree, you could disagree. Would you get this versus the Civic if you were in the market for a Honda? I don't know. You let me know. It's a personal preference. But for me, those are the reasons why I would give this one a pass. I like the proportions. I like the hatchback. I like how it's sporty. But the fact that you got all these issues, the exhaust, the exhaust tip, the blacked out wheels, it doesn't go well with this car. There's just too many things against it, especially the price that I would pass on this, and I would tell you to get the Civic for the same price. Let me know what you think. And of course, Jim Bob, thank you very much. I will work on that Honda Accord review eventually or next. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go, but I will work on it. Anyway, I still have thank you for your contribution. But usually, like I said, when I go on every time I leave the house, I always have to have pasalubong. So with Hero, it's always a Whopper, and the boss, she likes the halo halo from Chowking. So that's like $6 or 12. After the halo halo is like another $6, so $12 plus gas. Everything here in the Philippines is tradition. Every time you leave the house and you come home, everybody's always looking for something. Oh, what did you bring me while you were out? It's kind of not standard but expected, and you're gonna get a lot of tampo if you don't do it. But anyway, thanks again, Jim Bob, and that's my review of the Honda City, 2021 or 2022 Honda City RS hatchback in this whatever red this is. This was only